edition of Fish and Misfits. Recently, I decided to get a small case strictly to put my plastics in, some jigs, things like that. More to commit myself to learning how to use soft plastics, worms, creature baits, grubs, you name it, anything that's a soft plastic that I could hopefully change my fishing style from throwing out, say, floating rapalas or rapalas and catching the easier fish to catch, to trying to catch them where they are instead of where they're not, which is basically what happens on a lot of the lakes I fish at. Most of the fish that I go after are on lakes that are relatively clear water, and there's some vegetation, whether it be lily pads, uh, you know, deep grass, matted grass, things like that. And I've been throwing things that wouldn't get snarled up in there, like rats, maybe some plastics that would float like a tube. You know, it's hard when that's basically where the fish are, and you got to get in there. So I've decided to use things to get down underneath the lily pads to entice them, like soft plastics. I've decided to learn how to pitch lures into those things or flip, depending. My boat's small, so I can get in there, and it's light, and I can get into all those spots, hopefully without disturbing them too much. So I can get pretty close. The idea for me, though, is to be able to cast in there and get them out. Okay, so I've put on braided line. I'm going to be using fluorocarbon, a little bit heavier stuff, not massively heavy, because I don't think the fish that I'm actually going for are that big. Maybe like 1 pounders. So I don't think, unless they get really snarled, and if they get snarled in that stuff, I'll go after them, I guess. But I want to be able to have some sensitivity in the line so I can detect these strikes. And monofilament isn't going to do that. At least that's what I've been told. So I got myself a small bag, basically. And the reason why it's small is everything's got to fit on my small boat. So I have some setup I want to show. I got one box of some regular standard jigs that I'm going to put trailers on, you know. And I got a little bit of heavier ones, some lighter ones, depending upon the scenario, to throw it in that vegetation. And then I got, that's an empty case. I'm going to fill up with some more stuff. I got, you know, worms, different kinds of worms, some grubs in there. I'm going for the colors that I believe are going to be good for clearer water, not such dark stuff. But I have some dark stuff just in case. I have some lizards, some darker worms, some floating worms, ribbon tail worms. I got, let's see, here's more worms, a little bit lighter stuff. Oh, I showed you that one already. Sorry about that. And I got this box here. In this box I have some flukes to throw around, tube baits, some of these swim baits, and I got them in the colors where I thought would be the most effective of where the fish were, the kind of fish that are in our waters. You know, bluegills, minnows, stuff like that, and in the lighter colors, because like I said, once again, it's relatively clear water. So that's what I decided to do. Of course, as everyone knows, it's tough to fish in those environments because you got it could be frustrating if you throw anything that has an exposed hook, and you know, you cast and you get junk on your lure, cast, junk on your lure. It's over and over. It's the same stuff. But from every fisherman I've talked to, that's what you got to do. And don't forget, this is the Fishing Misfits channel, meaning we're not out there to tell you that we know the answers to this stuff. Primarily, our video channel or our YouTube channel is about things that we don't we're not experts at all. Okay, we're not even claiming to be experts. We're learning, but in the process of us learning, if you can learn something to help you, say you're starting out fishing, and pretty much that's what we're doing. We're starting out fishing. Um, yeah, I fished for a long time, and I've used regular traditional kind of stuff, and some things work. But when it comes to like soft plastics and all the new baits that are out on the market and all that stuff, we really don't know too much about what we're doing, and that includes everyone that's on our channel. My brother Rick, Matt, my son Matt, and Brian. We're just ham and eggers. So we're trying to have a channel where we can kid around a little bit, show some goof ups that we do if it happens, and just to try to have some fun if we can, and maybe if we do educate anyone, that's great. But we're not experts, and we're not even claiming that we can educate anyone. So we learn more from YouTube than people are learning from us. That's guaranteed. Okay, so just wanted to give you a quick explanation of kind of what we do, and my new philosophy this year will be to try to learn soft plastics. It seems like that's a huge niche, and that's what works. So if that's the idea, I guess I gotta buckle down and learn this stuff, and it's going to be frustrating where it's because soft plastics could be a slower game instead of just cast. You got to kind of sit around a little bit more and wait and see what happens. Uh, but we'll see. I'm gonna try, and we're gonna see how it goes. All right. So thanks for watching. Subscribe and give us a like. Share the video. Uh, Become a subscriber. That'd be great. Um, and we'll see you out in the water. All right. Thank you.